welcome back to today's YouTube video. So I'm doing a sit down with you guys today because I want to talk about some do's and don'ts of owning docs, purchasing docs, just a few things to go over I think would be a good basis for this video. So let's start with the do's. Get regular pedicures. Now, we all know that Doc Martens are in themselves an expensive investment to make. So upon that investment, along with that investment, it is vital that you do take care of your toes. So your feet will take a beating breaking in docs. Not all docs, but most docs. So that's just something to keep in mind. Get regular pedicures if you're going to be a doc girly. 2 is to shine and wax the leather when it begins to look dull. I did used to do this all the time, especially with my Jaden boots. They actually are really due for a wax now. So are my white pairs. They're really due for a wax. It will keep the leather looking really nice. Some people don't care so much with docs if they look beat up. I don't either so much, but it will keep the leather in a more pristine condition. I do notice the difference when I utilize my cleaning tools that I have through Doc, so I can actually show you guys that real quick. Just got this pack. It does come with shoelaces, but it comes with the balsam and then just the wax, so you can keep your boots really clean. You can get these at any Journeys or on the Doc Martens website if you guys are interested in this stuff, because it really does keep the leather in so much more of a pristine condition. Another thing I'm going to want to mention is to wear crew socks. Definitely want to wear thicker crew socks, especially regarding the break-in process, just because, and I'll get to this later under the don'ts, is any other type of sock will be detrimental to you wanting to wear Doc Martens. So just keep that in mind. The sock is everything when it comes to Doc Martens. The sock is everything when it comes to the doc. Number 4 is going to be to wear them for shorter periods of time before you decide to go run a marathon in them. And by run a marathon, I mean a 12-hour workday, a 9-hour workday, a long walk outside. They're definitely the type of boot, if you're going to be breaking it in, even with some sandals, you want to wear them for shorter periods of time and feel them out before you decide to wear them long term. If you are going to wear them long term when you first get them, it may deter you from wanting to wear them and try to break them in because, like I said, depending on your foot and the boot, the style of the boot, it may be a little bit more of a brutal break-in process. So you just need to keep that in mind. Wear them for shorter periods of time so you can break them in more slowly, so that when you do want to wear them out for a long period of time, they feel much better on your foot. Another thing I want to show you guys that I think you should do, especially with platform docs, is to break them in. I always leave these 2 eyelets out, and I will tie the lace around the top. I can show you guys what I do. Generally, especially the platform ones, they will have longer laces, so this is a little bit easier. But I do this with a lot of my docs when I first get them, especially the platforms, just so I can get that movement in my ankle to try to break in this whole portion a little bit more, because this can be very stiff. And again, this is why I say socks are really important. You won't notice the stiffness as much if you're wearing a protective sock or a thick sock, especially in here, but it will help the break-in process, and it will help the leather become softer and more malleable so that the boot is more comfortable on your foot. Now, let's get into the don'ts of Doc Martens. Don't ever wear a sock that hits below the ankle. This is the follow-up from the do's. So, okay guys, I probably have worn these a lot, so just don't judge me for a second. But these are the socks that I love to wear to break in Doc Martens. They really hit at a really good point on my ankle. So let me see if I can show you guys. You can see they do hit at a lower point, but for me, this is right where the doc stops. So I like where these hit because you can't see them over the boots. Sometimes I want like a longer sock that I want you to see over my boot, so I will wear a longer crew sock. Here is pretty perfect for the break-in process, at least in my experience. Look for a sock that hits there at the very least. You never ever want to wear a slip-on sock or a sock that does not protect the whole ankle, because you will get rubbing and more blistering, and that, like I said, that will deter you from wanting to wear them. So again, the sock is everything when it comes to the Doc. Number 2 is going to be, do not buy a pair without trying them on first. So this is more for new Doc people or people who want to get into Doc Martens. If you buy your size, I want to say if you buy it blind and you're like, oh yeah, I've heard this and this and this, and I'm going to get this style of Doc in this size, you're probably going to find that you're unhappy with your purchase. It is really best to just go into your nearest Journeys or your nearest Doc Martens store and try different styles on, just to see what works for you and your foot, because sometimes you'll have to size up, sometimes you'll have to size down if it's a platform. You know, sometimes you'll have to size down a whole size. You just never know. So it's best to not go in blind with Docs if you really want to enjoy your experience and enjoy your purchase. Last thing I have for the don'ts is, don't be afraid to style them with everything and anything. The beauty of owning Doc Martens, besides their grungy, sometimes vintagey feel, is that you can wear them with anything and everything and you're going to feel like a badass. Like, that is really the essence of Doc Martens. I don't know how they do it, but you can pair them with almost anything and they just really make an outfit come to life. And don't be afraid to fully experience Docs. Do not be afraid to fully experience how much you can do with them. Even if you have like the Jaden boot and you're in love with the Jaden boot, just go for it, style it, get the full experience out of it, and understand that Doc Martens are just fun. They are there to be fun and to make you feel cool and like a badass, and that's what they represent. So that is all I have for you guys today. I'm going to drop in some do's and don'ts for you, and a lot of things that people who own a lot of Docs know, but people who are hesitant or aren't sure may not want to, you know, take the deep dive. So yeah, just keep these in mind, and maybe this will help you on your future journey to buying more Docs or buying your first pair of Doc Martens. So again, as always, thank you guys so much for being here today. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye.